Right, so this is going to be a blog post about all of my editing that I did in this project. Now, it's just going to be literally a whole shebang. I'm going to go through a few things on how I achieved different things. And my computer's been really slow. Come on, hurry up. Right, so we've got to make a 4-minute clip. And I managed to get it into around 4 minutes, but we were told we were allowed to extend the threshold a little bit to 4.5, which worked great as I couldn't fit the intro and the outro in at once. Right, so starting from the beginning, we've got a intro. This was, if I'm right in saying, this was made by Lex in the Team Loneliness. We had a few intros that we all threw in together. I'm not the greatest intro maker, so we all discussed different ways of different intros, and we agreed on this one. And it's literally Journey Through Loneliness. If I can get a bit closer, that would be nice. So it's Journey Through Loneliness. Boom. Pretty cool. Right, so this is where the action kicks in, I suppose. It's pretty much a really close shot of Mark. I'm not going to go too much into shots, but this is my first shot. As you can see, this is the colour gradient I was using. It's actually a colour correction, a preset colour correction. If I just get the name of it, I remember it when I see it. I think it begins with K. No, maybe it doesn't. No, numeric. Right, so the tone is numeric. Now this gives it a really gritty tone. And if I take you to the later part of the shot, this is a compound clip as well. The first part's compound clip is a mixture of all different shots. So I'd say about, let's quickly zoom in. So where's him walking? Zoom in. Zoom. Oh, not that far in. We just take you back a bit. Right. This shot. Right. So this shot is a really good fucking hell. Right, there we go. Right, so this is we're gonna use this as our base. This is like after, like before and after. And if I just take you to before, it is a bit slow because I've got the recording on, so it should pop up in a second. Takes a few seconds. Right, so boom. Oh. Right. There. So that's after. So if we go back, that's after. So lovely colour correction. Whoa. Lovely colour correction. And then before, we got a lovely light tone to it. So it gives it a proper gritty feel, and that was the effect I was going for. Now, I tried to normalise the sound as best as I could, but it's a combination of the fact I'm terrible at sound recording, and the sound levels were just all over the place on the day. And I see it as you win some, you lose some. It's something I should focus on in my next project. When I record again. So, to capture all of this, I used the Canon 7D, which is a very good camera, and I used a flip video. Basically what I did was I forgot a shot at some point. I forgot to shoot, so that means I need to be a bit more organised, and it was pretty much this shot here, and it doesn't look half bad. It looks exactly, you wouldn't be able to, and if I didn't tell you that was a 7D, you wouldn't have known. So this is the compound clip, and this is kind of the last bit where our main character shoots up. So lovely, again using the same numeric colour correction. I removed the sound from here and then just edited it manually. I can't remember why I did that. This is from a different, I think this was from an earlier sound, so it captures the atmosphere. Like, it's kind of like a buzz sound. I didn't have time to capture the buzz sound, so I used that. And the same bit for the end. And the ending is essentially just a sunset. And then you got your special thanks to all of the crew. So that's pretty straightforward. Is there anything else I need to mention? So and him getting up. We've discussed all of that. I tried to get the clips as tight as possible. The soundtrack, there's not as many cuts as there is in my previous one, like as many sound cuts. I don't know, I can't explain it. You know when you record a buzz track? Well, I didn't record a buzz track this time, and it doesn't sound as bad as it did last time. So, we had the door walking out, we had that. Right, this is where we get to a effect. Now, I can't remember what the effect was called. I'll just quickly refresh my mind. I imagine was it Prism? Yeah, it was Prism. The effect was Prism, so I wanted to capture the character of being lost, but kind of lost in his own head. So what I did was I made it very, very out of focus. It's a really cool effect, and it captures what I wanted perfectly. I got this sound from a clip online, but I made sure it was Creative Commons free. It was royalty free, and you could use Creative Commons. Didn't use much sound in this project. I wanted to use a soundtrack, but I think the original sound design worked perfectly. So there's a few scenes where I was talking at the end, so I've lowered that down using the decibel, using the sound. Can't think of what's lowering the soundtrack, and same with this. It's spoke at the beginning, but doesn't sound half bad. This is like a cool little silhouette. I like that. This over here. This was is pretty much one clip at the bottom and then a collection of different clips. You'll see it in the main film when it's all rendered out. But so it goes from It goes from that style clip, and that's just one long clip playing in the background, and it's just him setting up his drugs, essentially. So you have that scene, and then it'll snap back to that, and then you have that scene, and then it snaps back again, and so on and so forth. So pretty straightforward, and then it ends with that shot. So when I initially recorded it all, and I broke it all down, it ended up being about 5 minutes, so there wasn't much for me to render anyway, which is very, very good. Much for me to cut down and edit, because I know a lot of people in my class ended up with like 10-minute videos, and they're like, oh my god, I can't edit any of this down. But I think I've captured everything that I wanted to capture, and I'm really impressed with how the project come out. Obviously there's going to be some things that I need to work on for the next project, such as organisation in general, and really working on my sound, because at some point in my career on television production, I want to have really good sound. The sound was sufficient, but I know it can be better. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole editing. I recorded it in 1080p at 25 frames a second on both cameras, and I uploaded it all to my hard drive, and then it's pretty much just streaming from my hard drive. It means I can take it to UCA in Rochester, Maidstone Studios, and stuff like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Managed to fit all the requirements and some really nice effects. So that pretty much explains all of the editing. And yeah, so thanks for tuning in to this blog, and I'll catch you later.